In this video tutorial, we will use React and the diagramming library for JavaScript to create a special kind of diagram node that is suitable for building org charts. The image can be replaced with an image from any URL. The labels under the image can be changed through typing. Dragging with the mouse creates new nodes of this custom type. We can use Create React App to initialize a new React project into our projects folder. When the project is ready, we open it with Visual Studio Code. We need to install the diagram library for React as well. Its page on npm tells us which command to run in order to install it. Let's copy now the image file of the businessman that we want to be rendered as an image placeholder in each new node that will be created. We place the file in the public folder. In this folder, you can also place the file with the license key, if you have one. We go to our project and add a new JavaScript file to our application. We call it employeenode.js. If you navigate to the web page of the JavaScript diagram, you will see the links to download the trial version. It contains lots of samples, including React. Let's open the controls file. It represents all controls available in the diagram. We can copy the code to reference the diagramming library from this sample. We won't need the controls right now, so let's delete this row. Let's look at the samples of the JavaScript diagram. If you scroll to the end of the table, you will see two samples that look similar to what we want to do. Tutorial 4 is particularly suitable because it is based on the composite node, which allows much more flexibility in terms of defining the program node. We open it and copy the code that initializes the custom node. We rename our class to be employee node and fix the grid definition. In contrast to the sample, our grid will have 3 rows and no column. The image row takes all the available space, while the 2 other rows have a fixed height. Now let's copy the code for an image component. The composite node is a node that is built from various layout panels and components according to your choice: stack panel, simple panel, grid, image, text, and different geometric shapes like a rectangle. Let's add one such rectangle, which is defined as a rect component, to our node. We do this to add colorful background for our title label. By default, any text is drawn on a transparent background, and we can add color under it by specifying the color of an underlying component. We also add a text component in the second grid row with ID 1. Now we need to add the default export for this const class, and we can add it to a diagram to see what we've done. We create a new file named orgchart and paste there the code from the start of the controls React sample. Our class will use only the diagram view component for now. We leave the code for creating the diagram. Let's not forget the default export. We import the classes from the MindFusion Common Library, which is installed with the React Diagram library. It contains classes for drawing, brushes, pens, geometric shapes, etc. Next, we set a theme to our diagram. The library has a set of beautiful predefined themes. We choose Business. We set route links to true, which will make the links with perpendicular segments as a shape. Allow in place edit enables the user to edit text of the node directly. Here you can specify the license location. The bounds of the diagram determine its size. The units are relative, so we don't have to provide big numbers. Now let's create an employee node. The auto properties have set and get methods automatically generated for them. Our image has the name for image, but if we rename it to portrait, we can use setPortrait to change it. We also use setTitle and specify the bounds of this node as well. We need to add the newly created node to the diagram with add item. We also store this diagram instance in the component state. Let's copy the render method from the sample React class. We copied the props array as well. Why not use it for our diagram as well? From the controls, we only need the diagram view, so we copy its code. In theory, if we place our org chart in the React application, we should be able to see the diagram with our node. Let's see how it turns out. We run npm start. We see an error about the CEO image. Alright, we'll copy it in the src folder. Now we get an error about the composite node class. Of course, it is not defined because we've referenced it without its namespace. The org chart is not defined. Let's look this one. Here it is. We have forgotten to rename our class. With that, all errors are gone, and here is our application. Let's add one more rect to our node template. The new rect will be background for the third row. Here it is. Now we will add a stack panel with two different text fields on top of this rect. Let's copy the node for a stack panel from tutorial 4. The stack panel that we need is horizontal. No margin required. Its vertical alignment is in the center. Let's rename the title text field to name. The two new text fields will be title and department. The text field is the default text that renders when no custom text is set. The font is 3 points. We can change our employee node to include the new fields. the text is displaced. Let's see why. Yes, we have placed the stack panel in column 2, rather than row 2. Here is our node. We can change the alignment of the name field to center. We can also change the background brush to beige and the stroke to gray. This way, our node looks much better. This is a true diagram node, as you see. It can be dragged. Links can be created among it and other nodes. When we try to edit it, however, things don't turn as desired. Even if we paste the URL of an image, it will not show up. When we change text in the text fields, it does not get updated immediately. Apart from that, when we draw new nodes, the nodes are plain rectangles rather than our fancy employee node. We will deal with those issues in the next video tutorial. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your interest in MindFusion Developer Tools.